Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions on Bounce TV and to our World Wide Web viewers on www.sportsvisionsusa.com. Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones alongside with my traveling partner, Dale Williams. How are you, man?
What's going on, DJ?
Man, I tell you, it's getting closer and closer, man. I can smell the freshly cut grass. Football season is right around the corner.
It's right here, DJ, man. And like I say, everywhere you go, everybody want to talk football, from the SEC to the NFL, high school ball. Everybody ready for the football season.
Absolutely. And again, we talk football, but indoor football is actually going on right now. We're going to give you an opportunity to meet the head coach of the Columbus Lions, Jason Gibson, and he's done quite well.
Done very well, DJ. 9 years in the league, great winning record, good players, good program.
All right, a whole lot more coming up next on Sports Vision.
But you said this guy was the best.
Oh, he's a horrible stylist.
But he's the best at paying claims fast.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Paid mine in just 1 day.
1 day?
Yeah.
Wow.
In just 1 day, we approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Scott Sawyer with Diverse Power. Diverse Power wants our customers to enjoy all the benefits that reliable, consistent electric service provides. Our BPI certified technicians offer duct blaster testing of your HVAC ductwork to locate leaks. We also offer a full blower door examination that will qualify homeowners and home builders to meet the new Energy Code building standards. At Diverse Power, we offer innovation through vision, quality through service.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Express Motors, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama. Or give us a call, 334-384-9101, with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. In-house financing, the right vehicle at the right price for you. We don't want all your business, just yours. Come see us, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, or go online, www.expressmotorspc.com.
Royal Black. Bold as bourbon, smooth as Crown.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. The NBA Finals are set, and of course, Game 1 earlier in the week on Thursday. And you know what? It's a great thing that we had two great players and two great teams.
Two great teams, two great players. Really, it pans out to being 1 and 2. Well, 1 and 3 best teams in the league. I mean, the Warriors have 61 games this year, DJ, and the Cavaliers right behind them with 50-plus games, but really got the best two players on the planet, LeBron James and Steph Curry. I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to be a 7-game series, but I think really some role players going to play a big part in this thing, DJ.
You're absolutely right, and I know in particularly when we talk about Steph Curry and LeBron James, LeBron James had a great quote earlier in the week when they asked, how were you going to stop, or how do you stop Steph Curry? And he looked right into the camera with a straight face and said, the same way you stop me, you can't. And I thought that was pretty awesome. I mean, Steph Curry and his ball handling abilities, of course, he's getting high praises for being one of the best shooters of all time. I'm hearing some of the big names in the game, the big names in sports talk about making these statements. And again, that's high cotton because there's been a lot of great shooters, but to be the best shooter in the NBA history, that's pretty good.
When you start talking about the best and the greatest, when it comes down to NBA players, you can go on and on and on. I think Steph Curry is a great shooter. I mean, he's one of the best shooters in the game right now. But over the history, there always been some great shooters. But this guy has a quick release. He shoots a whole lot farther outside. But I think really I want to see this guy under duress. I have never seen this guy under duress. And it seems like every time he shoots the ball, he's wide open. So I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more tougher defense on Steph Curry. And I want to see the Cavaliers be able to turn up some defense on him. Because this guy, I've never seen him duress, DJ, at all.
Well, I know when you talk about the great offensive production of these two teams, but defense is going to be the determining factor as far as I'm concerned because, the team that goes out and plays defense from top to bottom, they're going to end up, I think, with the championship ring.
I think you're absolutely right. I think the other factor is going to be three-pointers. I mean, just think about the three-pointers, 173 points. The Warriors have scored in the playoffs, DJ, whereas Cavaliers 146 points. 3 points are very important, but I think defense might weigh out over the 3-point, DJ, because really, every time I saw the Warriors play, again, wide open jumps. Nobody's defending behind the 3-point arc, and I just think Cleveland is bigger, longer, and athletic than these guys, and I think they're going to play some surprising defense on them.
Other than the players, the storylines to me are the fact that Oakland and Cleveland, two cities that are, cities that, they at one time they had their day, but, in recent years they hadn't had as much success. It's kind of been, not necessarily, and I don't want to be the one to call them that, bottom feeders, but at the same time, you know what? I'm happy for the underdog. These cities are now in prime time all over the world, and those fans have an opportunity, to get possibly a champion.
Well, DJ, you look at the cities, the contrast of the cities, the Cleveland, and then you look at Oakland, California, being impoverished areas, some underserved areas, and some, so to speak. But when it comes down to basketball, and you're talking about the NBA Finals, and you got two of the best teams in the world, I think really all eyes are going to be on Oakland, all eyes are going to be on Cleveland. We've already talked about the fact that LeBron James has been an impact in itself going back to Cleveland. The economic development just going through the roof up in Cleveland. The people, the fans, everybody's excited. I think LeBron James brings that to town. And the same thing with Steph Curry, man. This guy just created some excitement, being MVP this year, back-to-back great years. And, and don't forget about the Mark Jackson piece, but the Golden State was winning last year also. So I think, man, both of the cities are really going to shine, and I think really the whole community is going to burn out great for this whole team, man.
One other storyline that I think is very, very important, and of course, before we go, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this: two rookie coaches. Coach Blatt, of course, with Cleveland, and Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It's just amazing. We know a tremendous player that Steve Kerr was, and again, when you talk about shooters, as far as when we talk about Steph Curry, rather. Kerr is basically one of those guys that we compared him to because he was such a great shooter and, of course, played on those great teams with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. But, Coach Blatt, a lot of folks don't realize although he is a rookie, he's coached, over 20 years in Europe, and he's coached some of the best teams in Europe and won championships. And, of course, a lot of folks didn't know that he almost was the assistant coach for Coach Kerr and the Golden State Warriors before he accepted the Cleveland job.
Wow, that's big, man. But really, coaching is going to, that's going to tell the difference also. That's a storyline in itself, two rookie coaches. But I think really for as seasoned veterans are concerned, the Warriors got a lot of more bodies to throw at. LeBron James, I think they got a bigger bench, or a deeper bench rather, than the Cavaliers does. But I just think LeBron can will his players and get his team playing the way they need to be playing. It's going to be an interesting series.
All right, coming up in just a little bit, we'll introduce you to the head coach of the Columbus Lions, Coach Jason Gibson.
Sports Vision is sponsored by Aflac, Crown Royal, Express Motors, Diverse Powers.
Scott Sawyer with Diverse Power. Diverse Power wants our customers to enjoy all the benefits that reliable, consistent electric service provides. Our BPI certified technicians offer duct blaster testing of your HVAC ductwork to locate leaks. We also offer a full blower door examination that will qualify homeowners and home builders to meet the new Energy Code building standards. At Diverse Power, we offer innovation through vision, quality through service.
Crown Royal Black. Bold as bourbon, smooth as crown.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check-in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new clients. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. Breathe. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast, first-rate amenities, and award-winning service. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn. It's better at the Garden.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Joining me right now is one of the most successful coaches in the PIFL, the Professional Indoor Football League, head coach of the Columbus Lions, Jason Gibson. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, how you been?
Man, I tell you what, time has flown, and you know what? I'm proud of you, man. You've done quite well. The only coach in the history of the Columbus Lions, 9 years running here. You've won, nearly 80 games, almost 100 games or so, and won a league championship, and just done tremendously well.
Yeah, you've been here since the beginning. So you were here when I had a full head of hair. So it's been a ride, and you're right. To be here 9 years, I didn't see that coming when I first met you 9 years ago, because the volatility of this game.
It's been 15 years, and I was a part of the first team, the indoor team, arena team that came to Columbus, the Columbus War Dogs. And, man, you have taken the game to a whole nother level, not only from the play on the field, but even the attendance. I mean, we had, 1,100, 1,200 fans. Now you're up over 3,000 fans and winning championships.
Everybody keeps saying it takes time, and it does. And this year I think we're starting to finally see the benefits. But, that doesn't happen unless we have local owners. We're really lucky. Those guys. And for them to become, they'll be able to stick around for 9 years with any small business, because that's what it is. It's a small business, and just be able to stick around and get this to where we're finally there.
Well, let's get on with this thing, because I know I want to go behind the scenes a little bit, but before I do that, I want to give these folks a little background on you. Obviously, you were a quarterback coming up, and a very good one at that. Had an opportunity to go to college and play college football, and again played professional ball in the CFL, and of course played arena ball. But you have been not recently, as long as I've known you, you've been known as one of the bright minds, offensive minds, and particularly in the indoor game.
Yeah, but it's weird is I think it's because I played for a lot of different coaches, and you kind of just pick and choose from different people and say, wow, I like that play. Yeah, I like that play. And you got to be not afraid to learn something else. And I've already changed my system 2 or 3 times, because there's always out there that knows something. There's always somebody who knows something more than you do. So
yeah, I want to go behind the scenes a little bit, because again, obviously, for the folks out there that don't know indoor football or what this league is all about, let's talk about the players and how you get your players.
Well, it started out even back when you were in it. You know how it was. You got a bunch of 1AA All-Americans, some Division II guys, and hey, you want to play? Come to a tryout, and you test them in a 40, and then you put them on the team. And it's really evolved in 9 years. And, it's to the point now where we have a full-time player personnel director, and I forward all the emails to him and all the agents. And, a lot of the players are, even back when I played, if we had a guy that played Division I football, that was all over the newspaper. Now on a 20-man roster, we have probably 10 to 11 guys that have been to an NFL camp at least. And that just changes the dynamics of the talent level. And that's all across the league, not just our team too, but the talent level's pushing down. But, we recruit. I got a player personnel guy, and he finds players and sends them in and sends film, and it's a process.
Coach Gibson, let's talk a little bit about what you can do for these young athletes, because all of them are not, you would love ideally for them to be all local kids, but, these kids come from all over the country.
Well, a lot of the guys, it's on our website and we talk about it, just the way you treat somebody. And you hear about that with certain NFL teams, certain NBA teams, about they want to play for certain owners. We treat them right, and, you bring the players in and you try to help promote them. The most successful thing we've had is we've had multiple players that wind up getting careers and stay in Columbus. They realize, I use this analogy, everybody starts out as a bank teller. Not everybody becomes the bank president.
Right.
And our league's the same way. You got a lot of players that all think they're NFL players, and a very slim, probably 1% really make it. And then the ones that don't make it, you try to develop them as a person and help create networkings and avenues of ways to use their degree and maybe stay in Columbus and make Columbus a better place to live.
Now, we talked about a little bit about the ownership, but obviously for you to be so successful, you probably can pass some information along as to what makes a professional indoor franchise successful.
It does. It starts with the owners, and then it trickles down to the coaches. We've seen a ton of war stories about, one of the things, even like when I recruit players, as brutal as it can be, I tell them the truth, no matter what. There was nothing to hide, and they feel it's a great place to be. And then when you bring them here, you treat them right, you tell them the truth, good or bad. Sometimes they don't want to hear it, but at least they know where they stand. And so that's how you get the players here, and that's how the organization sticks around. And the owners get really involved in the community. And it's not just lip service, but, hey, look at us. Let me pat myself on the chest because we went to a function at the school. And there's a lot of things that we do that we don't publicize, and maybe we should, but you do it because they just want to make Columbus, Phoenix City, a better place.
Not only are you a good team on the field, but off the field, the Columbus Lions are excellent in the community. And I want to talk a little bit about that, but in particularly in conjunction with this event that's going on, that's bringing in my former coach, Vince Dooley.
Yeah, that was a really big deal for Mr. Dooley. For Coach Dooley to be able to come in was unbelievable. But it's a program called All Pro Dad. It's for the Pastoral Institute, and basically, that's a good program in Columbus. They do a lot of things for our community as far as marriage counseling, abstinence since high school. All Pro Dad is just a sub-program of it that teaches how to be a good dad, how to be a good father. I've learned 4 or 5 things already that I look back and go, wow, you know what, I could have done that better with my kid, and you apply it. So Coach Dooley's going to come to our game. We're donating the suites. The Lions get no revenue from it whatsoever, and 100% of the proceeds are going to go to the Pastoral Institute and help them out. And Coach Dooley's not really going to talk about football. He's just going to talk about the task of, being a full-time coach, trying to raise kids, trying to be a good husband, trying to be a good father, and I think is a great role model. And you probably know that better than anybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. Finally, before we get out of here, let's talk about some of those players that you have on your team that make you successful. I understand you have a 6'7", 230-pound wide receiver that runs sub 4.5.
Yeah, Terrence Ebog was a find, and when you're just bigger than everybody else, I heard a great speech by Saban one time. It does matter. Jims and Joes is how you win games. But Terrence is a huge threat. We picked up a nose guard named David Washington and a Faulkner who was a Division I transfer out of Kentucky, blue chip player, and it all starts from D-line. He's just an unbelievable player. So between those two guys and another guy's Chris Pickett, he leads our team in picks, played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, played at Troy University. I got a bunch of Troy players, which they always produce, and the talent level just continues to get better.
The playoffs are coming up. You obviously made it. What's going to take to win a championship?
Defense. Defense is going to win it. Offense, we just have to not turn the ball over. But if we can play in Columbus in front of our crowd, I've already heard rumblings from other coaches, from other players. One, they love playing in Columbus because the atmosphere is so loud. It's a great arena. But the effect that it has on our defense and our team in Columbus, the turnover ratios, when you look at the numbers, it's really an unfair advantage for visiting teams. An arena has a higher advantage of the home team winning anyway. So if we get the home games, I like our odds.
Coach, good luck in the playoffs, and, man, I'm proud of you.
No, I appreciate it, man. You've been there from day one. You've always been a great supporter, man, and I love you guys.
All right, folks. Head coach of the Columbus Lions, Jason Gibson. We'll be right back after this.
Sports Vision is sponsored by Aflac, Crown Royal, Express Motors, Diverse Powers, Hilton Garden Inn, Chick-fil-A, Columbus Tech, Henry's, Chester's Barbecue, ENS.
Hi, I'm Philip Davitt with ENS Men's Clothing Warehouse. We'd like to say thank you, Columbus and the Bi-City area, for 20 great years on Macon Road in the heart of Columbus. We're inviting you out to our 20th anniversary sale with bigger savings and deals than ever before.
To help show our appreciation, ENS is offering complete suit and tux packages only $99. Jackets, pants, shirts, and ties, a $199 value for just $99. Find us on Facebook for details on how to win a suit or tux package. Come celebrate our 20th anniversary. ENS, where you get more for a whole lot less.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check-in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new clients. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast, first-rate amenities, and award-winning service. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn. It's better at the Garden.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. And, when you talk about this time of year, Dale, I know the NBA Finals are the priority. However, the NFL, make no bones about it. You're reading about contracts being signed. And, of course, Cam Newton, congratulations to Cam Newton with the Carolina Panthers. He's been blessed, and he's a very wealthy man right now. Some $60 million guaranteed in his new $100 million deal. But OTAs and teams are really, coming together in these off-season training sessions. And you know what? This is a voluntary, quote, deal, but at the same time, this is how the chemistry is made. This is how these teams bond, and this is where winners start.
That's where the championships are groomed right now in the summer. OTAs, you got a lot of players that have OTA contracts, clauses in their contract where, you show up, you get $250,000, you get $500,000 just for showing up for practice. And really, it's almost sometimes unsupervised, but at the same time, they're working out with their peers, they're working out with their players, they're working on their playbook, they're trying to get better. And really, any NFL program, any football organization wants their guys there in the summer and working out during the off season. And I think they do a great job with the NFL being very well organized.
One team in particularly is glad to see that one of their very own is back. Of course, Minnesota Vikings and Adrian Peterson. He basically came back to camp this week, and he's going in, and now I guess he's going to go ahead and push everything behind him, because the bottom line was, and again, I'm kind of torn because, he played last year, he got his money. Considerable amount of money, in excess of $10 million, and didn't play one down. And then this year he wanted to go into another team. And basically the management and the coaching staff said, look, you're either going to play here where you're under contract, or you're not going to play anywhere. And, the bottom line is he's in camp. And, of course, I'm happy for his players. I'm happy for Teddy Bridgewater, because this young quarterback can be special.
Well, really, you're speaking of Teddy Bridgewater and the Mike Zimmer piece, new coach. Adrian Peterson not playing last year. So a lot of storylines for the Vikings. And as soon as they get that deal done and Adrian Peterson is ready to start back playing the way that he can play, I think he missed the league, DJ. He missed playing. So I look forward to have Adrian Peterson doing almost his 2,000-yard deal, even though he missed last year. But I really think the Minnesota Vikings are going to be well improved. Their defense will be a little better. I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be better. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Adrian Peterson and the Minnesota Vikings and several teams in the NFL doing the OTAs, and I'm just kind of excited about football in itself. But there's a lot of good teams that are right on the rise, and there's a lot of parity in the NFL now.
A little closer to home, the Atlanta Falcons. I know it's been kind of quiet. Everybody's been flying under the radar. They got their pick. They have their unsigned, or at least they've signed their free agents. But one thing that I'm hearing is that Coach Quinn, of course, the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, his personality is one that is allowing the players to be their own, the personality is to be themselves. I mean, he's not coming in there like a drill sergeant. He's treating them like professionals, but he's wanting them to be comfortable. And I've heard several interviews to include Matt Ryan, the quarterback, to say how this guy, they are embracing him, and of course they're getting it. They're going to play for this guy, and they have no choice.
Well, they don't have a choice, DJ, and really, just for his personnel, I think really, other than Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and the place kicker, DJ, every position is up for grabs. And I think really with a new coach coming in, Coach Quinn coming in, I think he's going to evaluate some things that way too. And really, you got younger guys. You got to go, you didn't really get a lot of free agent guys. Your draft choices really kind of questionable. I mean, they got to get some guys that can play. Or a Quinn won't be in Atlanta long.
It's a situation again. And you've been hearing about these domestic disputes, of course, in the league, tightening down on violence against women, and of course we know back in the day when Michael Vick was here, of course, the situation with the dogs. Well, the Falcons hit the news again. One of their players killed his girlfriend's dog. And again, we've heard that, and that's probably been about the biggest news that's coming out of camp in the last couple of weeks. But, the bottom line is the Atlanta Falcons hadn't done anything really to get everybody excited about. But at the same time, how in the world are those tickets selling like they're selling for that new stadium that they're building?
Well, I think really there's a lot of corporate support. I think Arthur Blank and himself and him knowing business partners around the country, I think that works well. It also helps a lot that the state of Georgia is going to pay, the taxpayer are going to pay for it. I think really all those things are taken into account. But at the same time, it does raise a question, DJ. You got, and then the stadium won't be built until 2017. You're coming off a dismal last year. Hopefully you got a good team this year to go into the stadium. And, I think you miss some major opportunities for free agencies and draft choices, Pete, And I know it's water under the bridge, but the opportunity to get a Gurley and stack and pack that stadium, that would have been big. And I think really the momentum would have been sent. But we just got to sit and wait on the Falcons, DJ, and we got to, hopefully we won't repeat last year. Everybody in the South Division don't want to repeat last year, but hopefully they'll get better, and they've gotten better. Even though they're younger, I think they might be better, but at the same time, we'll see.
All right. We're going to take a short break and come back and wrap this show up. This is Sports Visions.
Stop by these locations to pick up your free copy of Sports Visions magazine. Hilton Garden Inn, Chester's Barbecue, and Express Motors.
But you said this guy was the best.
Oh, he's a horrible stylist.
He's the best at paying claims fast.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Paid mine in just 1 day.
1 day?
Yeah.
Wow.
In just 1 day, we approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Express Motors, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama. Or give us a call, 334-384-9101, with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. In-house financing, the right vehicle at the right price for you. We don't want all your business, just yours. Come see us, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, or go online, www.expressmotorspc.com.
Crown Royal Black. Bold as bourbon, smooth as crown.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check-in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new clients. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast, first-rate amenities, and award-winning service. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn. It's better at the Garden.
Welcome back to the final segment of the all-new Sports Visions. And, you know, what a pleasure it was to have an opportunity to sit down and talk to Coach Jason Gibson. Of course, he's just done a tremendous job. The whole thing is bright, young offensive minds. Again, when we played defensive coaches, that was the thing. Now it's all about offense.
It's all about offense, DJ, and arena football can put a different spin on a lot of things that you play in NFL football. You know, they are up-tempo, speed at all times.
Let me just make one little comment with regard indoor football now. You know, arena football, you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
But, again, great to have him on the show. Also, the NBA Finals, man, I tell you, you know what? We're entrenched to have some great teams or some great matchups. So I'm
looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I think it's going to be a Game 7, and I'm going to go ahead and put my pick out there right now. I'm going to go with the Cavaliers, DJ. I just see something special happening. I just think for us having one player to make an impact on several players, I think that's big sometimes, especially when the team. But, again, the Warriors not going to go away easy, player.
I'm not going to cross you on that one, man. King James is he's one of my favorites, and you know what? I don't bet against LeBron James.
Hey, that's a smart man. You're a smart man.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you.